kwa ukombozi wetu. Tujitoe wenyewe, tusimame pamoja kulinda uhuru na umoja wetu. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote, tuimbe pamoja, kuenzi shikamano hatima yetu. Tujitoe wenyewe kupambana pamoja, uhuru na umoja vitawale. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima. Tuungane sote na tujibidishe kutoa kilicho bora kwa Afrika, chimbuko la wanadamu, chemchemi ya utamaduni, tumaini letu wakati wa mafarakano. Enyi Bwana na binti wa Afrika, mwili wa jua, mwili wa anga, tuifanye Afrika mti wa uzima.
Welcome to Human TV Africa, yet another interesting episode. My name is Kato Mukafa. In the studio is Hussein Baya to do the production. Remember, this is a TV station, not a YouTube channel. We are a TV station that broadcasts live shows wherever you are. We have studios in Uganda, Kenya. We have studios in Ghana, Nigeria, Zimbabwe, Zambia. We have studios in Sierra Leone, of course, UK and USA. And we are developing very fast, growing very fast, trying to do our best, doing our best, of course, to change the way things are, promote human rights, defend rights, and of course, educate, inform, entertain, and be there for our audiences. Today, we go ahead to share education, share information. Knowledge is power. Today, we are handling a theme to do with Africa's identity. The amazing facts about Africa. This is part 11, and we are talking about Africa's identity, African identity. When you look at an African like me, what really defines me? Is it my skin color? I don't think so. Maybe it may be my skin color. Is it my language? The language I speak, but I'm speaking English. Is English my identity? Is English my language? English is a foreign language. Interestingly, English is an official language in several countries in Africa, including my country, Uganda. It's a must language. But it's a language of the foreigners. It's a language of the colonists. But here we are speaking English. So is English part of my identity? No, it has never been my identity. How about Arabic? Is Arabic an African identity? In some way, yes, because Arabic language has been part of many people in Africa for centuries. In fact, Arabic is the language most spoken in Africa. Did you know that? So join me as I show you what it is when we talk about African identity. Is it the skin color? Is it the language? Is it the food? Is it the dances? Is it the cultures that we so much cherish? Let us have a look at these amazing facts about African identity in episode 13, in part 13. We start off with the languages. Now, this map shows you the most predominant languages in Africa. They are Swahili, Hausa, Portuguese, Lingala, Sango, Sotho, Shona, Tonga, Bemba, Tonga, Chewa, and of course, those also called Sango, Chadian Sudani Arabic, Hausa, Igbo, Manding, Asania, Arabic, Manding, Akan, and others. Of course, there's French, and of course, there's English. There's also Luganda from my country, Uganda. Now, these are the most common languages spoken in Africa, yet actually Africa has over 20,000 languages, not 2,000, but 20,000 languages are spoken by different tribes, different ethnicities in Africa. There's of course Somali and others. Now, when you look at the statistics, Arabic is the most widely spoken language in Africa. Arabic, widely spoken language in Africa. Do you know why? Because the entire Maghreb region, for example, the entire Maghreb region speaks Arabic, and part of West Africa speaks Arabic. And even South African countries, Central African countries have Muslims, because now Arabic also becomes a language of worship. Now, in terms of population and percentages, about 17% of people in Africa speak Arabic, and about 10% speak Swahili. Yeah, about 20% speak Swahili, and of course, English also is widely spoken in Africa, since it is the official language. Of course, I have to make a correction that Africa has about 2,000 languages, not 20, but 2,000 languages there spoken in Africa. And Arabic comes number one. Number two comes in Swahili, if you don't know. Now, and of course, English comes in there at number three. And of course, other languages come in per region, like Hausa, the Igbo, the Manding, the Sango, the Lingala. These languages come in handy. There's the French, the Portuguese. These languages come in handy, but are not so widely spoken as Arabic and as Swahili. You can imagine in Uganda, you go to Uganda, people are speaking Arabic because they are Muslims. It's a language of their religion. It's a language of their faith. Now, about 5% in Africa speak the Berber dialect. About 5% speak the Berber dialect, and about 5% speak the Hausa language. 5% speak Hausa, 5% speak Berber, and 10% speak Swahili. 17% speak Arabic, and of course, about 15% and more, of course, speak English. English is widely spoken because it's an official language, business language, but some people actually don't know English. And let's look at other facts in the maps. Yes, this one also shows you the languages where they are and who speaks these languages. The Hausa, the Lingala in Congo, the Luganda in Uganda, and of course the Songhai, the Fulani. All these have different languages. Now, in terms of dialects, we see that there's Afro-Asiatic, there's Nilo-Saharan, there's Niger-Congo, there's Niger-Congo B, the Bantu, and the Khoisan. Now, these are the ethnic dialects much in Africa: the Bantu, the Khoisan, the Niger-Congo, the Nilo-Saharan, and of course the Afro-Asiatic. All these guys have their different dialects. So let's move on. Let's move on very, very fast. Let's move on very fast with other realities. Baya, let's go on. And yes, again, this map shows you language families and languages of Africa. The Niger-Congo has the Korofanian, the Bantu, Ganda, Congo, Luba, Rwanda, Shona, Swahili, Tswana, Xhosa, Zulu. These are Bantu. They have languages that are similar. Nani-Bantu are Fulani, Igbo, Mandingo, Mende, Mosi, Twi, Wolf, and Yoruba. These also, guys, the Nani-Bantu also have their own languages, which are a bit different from the Bantu languages. Then there's Nilo-Saharan, which are having the Kanuri, Masai, Mandi, Nubian, Nuer, and others. The Nubians and others also have their own dialects. Then there's the Hamito-Semitic, Hamito-Semitics, we call them the Afro-Asiatic. Also have the Amharic, Arabic, Hausa, Oromo, Gala, Somali, Tamazight, and others. They also have their special dialect. Then we have the Khoisan, the Kum, the Khois, the Nama, and others also have their own dialect. Now, these are languages that can be seen in Africa, and they define our own identity. Let us continue by very fast this time, very fast time. Yeah, again on languages, the map is to show you where these languages are most spoken, and of course you can see that in the Maghreb, Arabic is much spoken there, and the population is quite high. That's why I told you 17% of people in Africa speak Arabic. Yes, English is widely spoken. But if you look at what are languages that define Africa, Arabic actually defines Africa more than English. Then Swahili defines Africa more than English. And of course, Hausa, Lingala, Luganda, and other languages. They define Africa more than foreign languages, because there have been so much in Africa for a long time now. The other aspect we learn from Africa as things that define Africans is the art of tattoos. But in the language that is known popularly, it's called scarification. It is called scarification in Africa, or tribal markings. Now, that person is from the Boya people, Rarim and Rongarim. Those people, the Boya, Larim, Rongarim, people of the Eastern Africa, the larger Eastern Africa, have those tattoos on their bodies. We call it scarification. Now, that one is strictly African, even the attire. Now, this lady here is from the Afar, the Kushites of Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, the Amharic Adam, Afar people of among the Kushites of Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti. That's how they wear. They have their own special regalia, special attire that defines them specifically for them as the people of the Kushites origin. Let us look at other images that define Africans. Now, something very special about African identity is the voodoo. You can call it spiritualism. Africans will say, I'm spiritual, I have ancestors, and all the nonsense. They don't talk about the nonsense of ancestors and spirits. I call it nonsense because actually it's a lot of nonsense, but I'll show it to you that actually many people have witchcraft thinking in Africa. They call it our identity, our spirituality. Now I'll show you the Maasai, and I also show you the Maasai warriors there, and of course the tribal marks of Dinka people of Southern Sudan. It is a way of cultural identity. Find a Maasai, find a Dinka, you know, I am in Africa, and particularly in Eastern Africa. Let us look at other images very fast. Then, of course, here you can see the Khoisan, the San people, the way they dress. Sometime back, they were actually naked, much of the time, the Kramajongs. And then the other side, you see the Maasai and the Samburu and the other people of Kenya, Eastern Africa, and how they normally identify themselves. They are very proud of their culture. And I love it. I love their dresses, quite colorful. And I love the South Africans, the Zulus, the Xhosa. Look what the dresses these ladies wear. I love it. These are South Africans, the Bantu, of course, of South Africa. Very beautiful ladies and beautiful dressings. Now the Sudanese, I love the Sudanese girls. They love their color. They love their clothing, you know, especially the color. The color of the Sudanese women there is so distinctively African from the African continent, where the sun will always be up there. Of course, the Burundi drummers right there, I love them. The Burundi Drum Sanctuary, right there, they have the best dances. The Burundi Durandis, the Tutsis, right there, and of course the South African Zola, the San people and the Zulu people, right there. They have a specific culture, which is of course their own. Let's look at other images very fast. Of course, we have images from other people who do a lot of scarification. Let us look at those images. People that do a lot of tribal markings, scarifications, and all that. You can see that lady. These are Eastern African people, the Nubians, the Kushites, and the Bantu. These guys love their cultures. Identity. Now, on my right, you can see these Ganda people dressed in banana leaves. Interesting. They are trying to mimic how the Adam and Eve used to dress in the Garden of Eden. Very interesting. There on my right is a Nigerian football supporter. She loves her football. She loves her color. She loves her body. That's how they are. Football enthusiastic. Africans love football. Africans love sports. Identity. Yes, we are very athletic. Now, these are hats. Some of the hats, we call them pyramids in a way. The smallest version of a pyramid are these hats in Rwanda, hats in Ethiopia, hats in Egypt, hats in Uganda, Burundi. These are hats you are going to see in much of Africa, and they remind us of the pyramids. Of course, hats of Kasubi in Uganda, where the kings were laid to rest. And of course, these are traditional hats of Zulu kingdom. These are hats that define Africa's identity. We are the guys with the hats for our houses. Now, here is Mze Mene, that is a Liberian international musician who uses traditional attire to market her talent. She's called Mze Mene. Mze Mene, she's one of those Africans that love their identity. She's a Liberian, goes internationally, and she sings her songs wearing traditional attire. How lovely it is. Of course, down there, you see the image of that lady, the way they do their stuff, a lot of scarification, a lot of beautiful imagery, beautiful tribal marks, beautiful paintings of different tribes in Africa. These are different tribes in Africa. I've sampled across Africa to show you different faces. Let us have a look at these different faces. You can see different scarification marks, tribal marks, different ones from East, Central, West, South Africa, Central, East. These are different. And you can see some of the Berbers, some of the Tuaregs, some of the Kushites, some of the Nubians. These are different. Ethiopians, Eritreans, Congolese, Bantu, South Africans. I'm showing you from different tribes. You can choose yours. The Nubians, how are they doing these tribal markings, the paintings? I'm showing you here in these photos, different Africans doing different scarification, different tribal marks. This is part of the identity of Africa's heritage, those tribal marks, the way they dress, the dances, the songs, the languages that are purely indigenous. This is what defines Africa. Thank you for watching. Keep watching, keep subscribing, and keep sharing. Comment, like, share, and keep it Human Civic Africa. See you in the next one.